All right, welcome back. Today is Juneteenth. It's now a federal holiday, which means banks, post offices, and more are closed.
But do you know why it's so important? We're finding out from one of the members of the local group, Hidden History. Liz Devine is joining us this morning. We're so happy to have you here.
It's great to be here. Thank you so much.
You know, my mother said, I didn't get my Social Security check on Tuesday. She goes, I got my Social Security check on Tuesday, but it normally comes every Wednesday. It's been coming that way for years. I said, Mom, tomorrow's a holiday. It's Juneteenth. She's like, oh my God, I totally didn't even know. A lot of people don't even know it's a federal holiday now.
Well, it's still fairly new, right?
It's fairly new. Yeah, I think it's like 2023 in Connecticut.
Right. Okay.
But it's been celebrated in the South for a long time, particularly in Texas. But after the George Floyd and Breonna Taylor murders, the activists sort of got working on it to make people, think about the people who were enslaved in this country, and then think about honoring them. And so they call it a celebration. We in history call it a commemoration.
A commemoration.
Yeah, to honor those people.
So can you give us the background exactly? We're talking about the emancipation back in the 1800s.
Well,
right?
it's actually, it took place in the in June of 1865, 2 months after the end of the war, and the Union General Granger actually freed the slaves of Galveston, Texas, which he freed that area. And so people there started to celebrate their freedom, but most people didn't know anything about it. Of course, this is way before, all the media today.
What was Connecticut's role in slavery?
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people don't know anything about this. Connecticut had more enslaved people than any of the other New England states.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And so that's part of sort of our job, really, in educating students particularly, is to talk about those things that we like to shift people's gaze, to learn a larger story about the colonial history and about the complicity of the churches, the newspapers, the economy, and that undergirded the system of enslavement. And there are quite a few. I mean, in West Hartford, we've uncovered close to 100 names of people who were enslaved, 78 people we've done a deep dive research of, and 26 of those people we know were finally freed. But every single city in Connecticut has enslaved people.
Wow.
Did have enslaved people.
So this is all your mission with Hidden History, is to uncover these corners of our history and fabric, that make us who we are today and build where we're at. And definitely, they always say you can learn from history, right? So I love how you guys are really trying to bring this to the forefront for our future generations as well.
Well, it's really important to work with students. And actually, I was a high school history teacher. Tracy, my partner, Dr. Wilson was, and so Denise DeMello, my other partner, was a middle school librarian. So we worked with students, so we know that they have a lot to offer. And we worked with 5th graders, 8th graders, juniors in high school.
Is this some of their work here?
Well, so this is actually an 8th grade class. So one of the things that we do is we like to dive into the documents that are available to us. We say often that they are hidden in plain sight.
Okay.
So we look at wills, inventory, census records, church records, and we were doing some research on the 6th minister of the Center Church in Hartford. Since his name was Woodbridge, and Woodbridge enslaved an entire family. And often we don't see too many families, but this was a whole family.
Liz, we're out of time, unfortunately, but we want you to come back. It doesn't have to be Juneteenth to come back and talk about this amazing history.
But here's the information on your screen. Tours of notable locations in West Hartford right now are going on. HiddenHistoryWH.org for more information. Thank you so much, Liz.
Thanks so much.